Kyle Smith, would you rather come second at a T100 race in a sprint finish or the way you did today?
Oh, in a sprint finish. Today was like kind of frustrating, you know? Like I was catching and it's just like the carrots being dangled in front of you. And yeah, it was just too little too late. Like I was trying my best. I think I had the fastest run split. I was just full head back, sending it as fast as I could. But yeah, Sam helped me off.
Jason West just a touch faster, but you were the two only athletes in the 59s, so pretty good. I mean, you did what you always did. You ran out hard for the first 5K, and at the 5K mark, you definitely had the fastest run split. And you started the run 1 minute and 33 seconds behind Sam Laidlaw, and you got it to pretty much 30 seconds at that mark. And then for the next 13 Ks, it sort of hovered between 30 seconds and 20 seconds, and it never actually got below 20 seconds.
Yeah, obviously, I don't know, I haven't seen the splits. I think I ran a really good race, and I assume that Sam saw me coming and he's, just sped up to keep me off. I honestly thought, to be honest with you, on the bike, I was feeling really in control. I felt like I was riding pretty cruisy. The first few laps were pretty hard, pretty carnage. And then, we settled into a nice group. And then, so when Sam went up the road, I thought, there's no way Magnus and Fred are going to let this go. So I was just sort of held where I was, and then obviously he got up the road, but I didn't panic because, based on the sort of way he's been running all this season, which is the only thing I can sort of base my race tactics on, I sort of thought, I can give him a couple of minutes and it should be fine. But and so when I left a minute 30 down, I was still pretty confident that I could bring it in. And then, taking out, I don't know what it was, a minute in the first 5K, 6K, then, I was still pretty confident. I was like, okay, I'll catch him at halfway. I just need to settle in now. And I felt like I was running super well. And then he just sort of I guess he sped up to keep me off and held me off for another second place for me.
I thought you were the favourite coming into the event. In fact, I was telling everyone who would listen that you were going to win this race. The swim started, you took the lead. That to me looked like a signal of intent from you. Hey, I want to win this race. I'm not leaving anything to chance. I'm going to be aggressive. Is that how you felt?
Yeah, to be honest with you at the start, I just wanted to get out of the mix, out of the, the fight. And I had a really good start. I got clear water within the first 10 strokes. And so I thought, and then I backed it off and I was swimming, I felt actually swimming really relaxed out to the first buoy. Yeah, I feel like I've made a good step up in my swimming in the past month. And so, I felt the first buoy, I was in a good position. And then obviously, it takes a lot of effort to lead a swim. And to be honest with you, the reward that you get for the effort that you put in isn't super high. So I let, obviously Aaron take the lead and then, let him sort of go ahead. And I know obviously Aaron's a super swimmer and, he always likes to swim hard and it's great for the race too. And so, I just was in sort of, mitigation then and just sort of trying to save as much energy as I could in the swim. And I got onto the bike and I felt super good going onto the bike. And like I said, those first couple of laps, I felt really good, in control. It was hard. I was pushing high power, but it felt, really quite relaxed. It was pretty carnage though. I just had my eyes on, the guys who I thought were also the sort of favourites coming in, Magnus and Yuri and Rico, they're really good runners, and so sort of as long as I kept those on my radar, then that was my sort of game plan in the day.
Talk to me about the last 5 kilometres on the run. When you saw that the gap wasn't really moving, it was staying steady, what's going through your head?
Oh, it's just frustrating. I'm giving it my all and it's not coming back down, and I was absolutely sending it, to be honest with you. And when I got to 1500 meters to go, my legs were pretty cooked. I was shouting at my legs just to keep going, and I was going as hard as I could and the gap wasn't coming down. And to be honest with you, there's not much I can do about that. There's no magic wand I could have waved to give me another 10 seconds per K, but no one was expecting it. Sam's raced an Ironman 2 weeks ago. He's been going around the last 2 weeks telling everyone that he's got a calf tear, and so he definitely played the field, and he definitely he knows how to do that, knows how to I don't know, telling everyone that he had K tape on his calf, so I guess maybe that was some of it, but yeah, clearly it didn't affect him too much.
And second place, I assume in San Francisco, it was largely happiness, and it was like, okay, I can do this. I've known forever that I could, and you kind of probably proved to yourself that I'm so close. It was Martin Van Riel who beat you in the tightest finish we've ever had at T100. Does this second place feel different to you than that one?
Yeah, because in San Francisco, it was kind of like I had a control on the race. Do you know what I mean? Like, the bike was all together, didn't let anybody go, and the run was all together. And then obviously it came down to the sprint finish, and yeah, obviously gave it everything. And obviously Martin just put me in the sprint finish, so I was like satisfied with that race. But it always sucks when you make, I guess, like a tactical blunder. It's like letting Sam go on the bike and not sort of like pushing hard just to keep that gap down, just because I underestimated him. And Sam's proven time and time again, when you do that, he'll take that from you. And yeah, like that's the only thing that I'm frustrated about for this race. Like, I came into the race saying if I want to hurt myself on the run, I want to like be able to just dig deep and give it everything, which I did. And yeah, another really satisfying physical performance, just like that small tactical blunder. But this one, obviously I didn't make any errors like I did in San Francisco with the cup situation and whatnot. But yeah, like I gave it everything, and yeah, obviously Sam held me off, so fair enough.
You do have to be surely incredibly excited about your career right now. These two races in a row, although second places, are the best races of your career, and you are probably physiologically the best athlete in these fields, and it was just that small tactical error and a sprint finish to Martin Van Riel. Like, yeah, surely it's just an exciting time to be Kyle Smith right now.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, this definitely wasn't on my bingo card in January when I started the season. I think I remember talking to my girlfriend Kira, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Should I go do like chase the Ironman series? Should I go and do challenge? I obviously was down to race challenge Roth because that was the only sort of guarantee that I had in that season. And then, yeah, obviously fortunate enough to be given, open door into Singapore and a wildcard opportunity. And I obviously took that with open arms, and I gave that my best shot. And then that, I guess, sort of gave me a foot in the door in the series. And now, yeah, I'm sitting here in a very different situation than I was back in January, which is, yeah, to be honest with you, it's super cool. And, everyone keeps saying like, oh, you're the race favorite coming in. How's that pressure? And I'm like, I feel no pressure. I'm just stoked to be in that situation. Like, it's really cool to be, in this situation right now. And I'm just loving every minute of it because I know where I've come from, and I know like the struggle that I've had. And it's just like, this is what I've wanted for so long, and I'm just gonna, live it all up while it's happening.
Two more questions from me. The first one, the training camp that you've been on with Daniel Bakkegaard, Frederick Funk and Rico Bogan, all of you, Rico 6th, Fred 5th, and Daniel Bakkegaard finally gets a T100 podium. Talk to me about that camp. What was in the water? What was the special thing that you guys were doing?
It was what was in the air and just a lack of oxygen and a bit of bromance. But I think it's like one of those things, like I'd obviously come off of San Francisco and had a good result, but then you go and train with these guys day in, day out, and they're sort of like, we had a really good cohesion. It's not like you're sort of squaring each other up, but you are like, you're seeing how you measure up in training. And yeah, and obviously when we're all training so similarly, and I'm pushing this power and I'm running this pace, and you see Daniel's doing the same, and then he has the belief that he can do it. And yeah, obviously Daniel, I'm so stoked for Daniel because he's had a rough 12 months. And I kept saying to him, like, dude, everything happens for a reason. Like, it's gonna come one day. And then that was like, okay, everything happens for a reason. It's Roth, and then obviously he crashed in Roth, and it's like, the guy can't catch a break. And then I said, obviously that happened for a reason because of London. And now obviously he's had this podium and he's stoked, and now he can take the confidence. And yeah, it's just super cool just to see a mate like Daniel obviously do well is awesome.
We were sitting down having breakfast together the other day, and you said to me, I just want people to stop referring to me as Jan Frodeno's ex-training partner. Do you think that they're finally thinking about Kyle Smith, the athlete in his own right, after this?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, I haven't been introduced lately at a press conference as just Jan Frodeno's training partner, which is nice. Yeah, obviously, I mean, Jan's special, right? Like, he's just a unicorn in the sport, and you know, I had those couple of years privilege to be, you know, maybe in his top 5 training partners. Like, so yeah, like, yeah, we have that sort of running joke in the camp. It's like, yeah, Kyle Smith 2022, 2023 Jan Frodeno training partner is my career resume. Yeah, obviously, but yeah, I owe a lot to Jan as well. Obviously, like, you know, you know, the lessons that I learned from him, and obviously the sort of helping hand he's given me in his career, and yeah, like, yeah, it's actually a privilege to be able to, again, race against him. Yeah, I had the privilege of racing against him, and then now I've obviously had the privilege of training with him, which has been, yeah, awesome.
You started the season with no T100 contract. You got a wild card. You've taken full advantage of that. I think no matter what happens now, whichever T100 race you want to race for the rest of the season, you will get a wild card entry for. Well done, mate. Once again, another amazing performance. So close yet again. And hopefully, maybe it's Ibiza that we see you at next time and you take that one extra step. But yeah, well done.
Cheers, boss.